guys, welcome back. Tonight we are going to talk about chickpeas. I'm really excited to teach you how to make crispy chickpeas. It's going to be easy. This is what I'm eating my chickpeas with. I've got beets, sweet potato, what else? Carrots and onions on here. It's going to be good. Here are my chickpeas. They are canned, okay? So you can use dried or canned chickpeas. It's really up to you. I always use canned. These are a little bit smaller than what I'm used to working with because they're a different brand. They still have a little shell on them, which I'm not going to worry about taking off. These crispy chickpeas, which I'll teach you how to make tonight, can be used in a lot of different meals, salads, wraps, stews, curries, all those. I'm using them in the sheet pan meal, so that's what we're gonna do. The first step you wanna do after you open your can of chickpeas is you wanna strain them. So you can strain them in a strainer like this. It's dripping, so I already did this. A strainer like this and run it under cold water so that you can rinse all that liquid from the can off the chickpeas. The liquid isn't bad for you. It's not going to affect the taste, but sometimes it can affect the fiber content in chickpeas or beans in general, and if you don't rinse, you might end up feeling that fiber later, if you know what I mean. After you rinse them, you want to dry them off. By the way, you can eat these raw like this. They do not need to be cooked. If you are in a pinch, you don't even have to cook chickpeas. They're kind of amazing. We want to get these as dry as possible because the drier they are, the more likely they are to get real crispy. So that's why they're on a paper towel. When you're seasoning chickpeas, I like to put them in a bowl with olive oil and my seasonings. So this is, again, you can cook them raw. You don't have to season them at all if you don't want to. But that will make for some pretty boring and bland chickpeas. So the first thing we're gonna do is add some olive oil. And I like to add just a tablespoon, just enough. We don't wanna add too much. We don't wanna drown our chickpeas. Okay, then we're gonna add some salt. Salt is super important. And we're gonna add, so I wanna talk about some different ways you could season chickpeas. We have cumin, curry powder. These both work really well. What else? Paprika. Tell me in the comments what your favorite way to season chickpeas are. But there are so many things you can do. Obviously, we'll have some pepper. Will be very important. Turmeric if you want to get some nice orangey yellow color on your chickpeas. And this one might not be normal, but I like to add chipotle pepper to just about everything. Chipotle pepper is one of my favorites. So we're gonna do cumin, which is like a must for me. And I eyeball it I eyeball it, but you want to be generous with your seasonings. You don't want to be shy. Chickpeas on their own definitely have flavor, but you want to make sure that you're adding some of your own so that it tastes good. So I like to add paprika. It's so yummy on like everything. And that's what I did. I just did cumin, paprika, pepper, and salt. So keeping it pretty simple. And now we're going to mix it up. So I'm going to just toss everything really well. After you're done seasoning, you want to add them to your sheet pan. And you want to social distance your chickpeas. Give them lots of space. If they're all clumped together, they're going to steam and they won't get crispy. This is the key to crispiness, guys. For vegetables, for beans, you want to give them some space so they can actually crisp up. I'm going to pop these in the oven. My oven's at 400 right now. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. They're not going to be like really hard, but they will be crunchy enough. Let me put this in the oven. I would say salad, number one. Salads would be the best to use the crispy chickpeas. I think in wraps they're great. Also on their own, you can eat them as a snack. I'm gonna eat it with a sheet pan right now. I could also turn this into a soup, but that's not where we're going tonight. Crispy chickpeas can totally be used for soup. You can just put them on top of soup as like for texture, for protein. They're going back in the oven. The crispy chickpeas will last in the fridge for like up to a week. If you make them really hard and you cook them for like an hour, they can last at room temperature for a week. You don't need to put them in the fridge. You can do this on the stove if you don't have an oven or don't feel like firing it up. You can do the same method in a pan on the stove. Season your chickpeas, put a little bit of oil, get them on the stove over a high flame, and just cook them until they are crispy to your desire. To me, seems like a diet culture move. Like, not everything has to have protein. Cookie dough doesn't have to have protein, but regular cookie dough isn't edible because of the egg. So if you love cookie dough and you want to make safe to eat cookie dough with chickpeas, go for it. All right, let's check on these chickpeas, shall we? Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good dinner. Wow, those look amazing. And you can see how the onions have caramelized a little bit. You see they're turning brown. This looks so good. I will show you what the chickpeas look like when they're done. They still need about 10 more minutes. And you guys are awesome. Thanks for joining me again. Thanks for keeping me company every night. And I hope that you've been enjoying these lessons. Bye guys.